You are welcome, brethren. The Bible says in Ezekiel 33 that the watchman sees the sword coming. The watchman will blow the trumpet when he sees the sword to warn the people of the coming sword. He said, if the people, if they take to the warning of the watchman, he said they shall what? They shall escape the sword, but if they refuse to take to the warning of the watchman, the sword shall come to take them, and the watchman shall be free from their blood. But if the watchman fails to warn them, what happened? The Bible says, I will require their blood at the hand of the watchman. We have been as watchmen for the Nigerian church. Right from 2010, when God brought us in his own way into this assignment, we have been publishing volumes of our magazine, the Global Christian Updates magazine. Every year, minimum of 2, 3, 4 editions. We have been consistent since we began. This vision was given to us in Maiduguri on the 10th of October 2010. But the church turned all deaf ear to our warning. And look at where we are today. Look at where we are today. As we continue in the part 3 of this message, I pray that you will not remain the same again. After listening to these messages, the church will arise.
They were pushing forward. Before they knew what was happening, because they started killing some Fulani also. Before they knew what was happening, they sighted 2 Air Force fighter jets, and the Christians were rejoicing that it's like the soldiers were coming to come and help them. Lo and behold, the Christian met the shock of their life. These Nigerian fighter jets came strategically and started bombarding the Christian communities and killing Christians. The havoc that was caused by the Air Force fighter jet was more than the one that the Fulani caused by their gunshots. My brother, I want to tell you something. There is jihad already going on in Nigeria to uproot Christianity from this country. Now, in Plateau State alone, only in Plateau State, currently, in the last 10 years of continuous strike by the Muslims, Plateau, they have lost 40 villages already to the Fulani headsmen. 40 villages have been lost already. They've been taken over by Fulani headsmen completely. We will not count the numbers of villages that have been lost in Borno State to Boko Haram. You know, Borno, I lived in Maiduguri before. I did Saint Sultan assisting in Maiduguri. I went around the villages in Maiduguri. Maiduguri is just within Maiduguri town that the Muslim, the Kanoris are more. But if you go to the interiors, if you go to many of the local government, they are Christian populated, indigenous Christian communities. But today, Christianity has been uprooted from many of those places. We did a statistics about 2012 about Baptist Church. Baptist Church, they had 7 Baptist Church in Maiduguri town of 2012. And because of Boko Haram, then it was only one reverend that was left, Reverend Gelu. Later he relocated to Kaduna through the seminary, and then now he's in the church in Barnawa, one of the Baptist church in Barnawa, the Ezekiel Baptist in Barnawa. Out of 7 Baptist church, 5 were closed down because of Boko Haram 2012. We went to Yobe State. In Yobe State, out of 78 churches, 72 churches were closed down completely at the point in 2012. Completely locked. Some of them have not been opened up today. Go to the villages, to Askiraoba, go to all this, the Marigio, go to many of them, go to a lot of places. Many churches have been closed down. Completely closed down. Let me tell you, brother, Nigeria is not a secular nation. Nigeria is currently an Islamic country. Nigeria is just a secular nation on paper. But in practice and in reality, Nigeria is an Islamic country. Why do I say so? Nigeria is a member of the D8, that is the 8 Islamic developing countries. Nigeria is a member of the OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries or Conference. Nigeria is a registered member. And much more, many other organizations. Nigeria is a registered member. Now, one of the things I saw when I got to this community is that most of the young men in the villages now, they are going back into idolatry to acquire power so that they will not die of herdsmen attack. After touring around the villages in Adamawa, I went to Taraba State. I got to Lao local government, the same story. They say when the Fulani herdsmen came, there were only a few young men who had charms. So when the Fulani came, those ones were the ones that were facing them. They were shooting and these guys too were responding. So there are some people were able to run. But later they brought down 7 villages completely currently. So the remaining youth now says, that thing where you do, where the Fulani came, they were shooting, you were not dying. We want to do it also. So now most of the youth are now going to what? They are going into what? To go and seek power from the devil so that they will not die of Fulani herdsmen attack. Now, one of the shocking things, they said that's one of the local government where I went, one of the pastor, the reverend, the daughter is befriending one Fulani guy. The Fulani boy was among the people that came to come and burn and kill their people. Now, when they left to Jalingo town, to the IDP camp, this Fulani boy that partook of the killing of the Christians came to the camp, called this girl. The girl left camp and went to a hotel and went and be sleeping with this Fulani boy still. The people that killed her brothers and her sisters, she went to sleep with the Fulani guy. Later the information leaked. Now I was so bittered. When I got to the IDP camp, I heard something that so much bittered my heart. In the IDP camp where there are only females, they went and brought Hausa Fulani policemen to come and guide the IDP camp. And before you knew it, they started sleeping with people's wife and people's daughter. The Muslims started defiling our daughters and our wives in the IDP camp. I got so angry, I had to start calling everywhere. Call them at the national camp, call them. I said that those policemen must be removed from quickly. We live in a time in Kajuru local government in Kaduna State here. There are many of the villages where pastors have run away. They have disappeared from there because today they come to kidnap pastors from the church and demand that the church will pay ransom. And the poor pastor was kidnapped while in service. He came to the church and told him. Many pastors have run away from the mission field. I was in Kasuama Gani here in Kaduna State here, where there was an attack. I went there for to go and find out facts. And when I got there, I wanted to know the true side of the story because I was away from Kaduna when that thing happened. And I met one of the reverend there, and he told me exactly what happened. He said before that time that the Christian girls and Christian women, married women, they noticed that they were sleeping with Muslim boys and Muslim men, married women. When their husband go to go and drink, they will go to Muslim to go and sleep. And then Christian young girls, they say a Muslim boy will wake up and then will buy a phone of 25,000 for a Christian girl. They will carry cash 10,000 naira and give to Christian boys. Meanwhile, they use their political powers to crush the economic strength of Southern Kaduna. Southern Kaduna had ginger that was making everybody smiling and laughing. And then when Buhari came to power. They use their political power to do what? To collapse the price of ginger from 26,000 to 3,000 naira currently. So there is no money, there is hardship everywhere. And then what they are now doing is that they give their people money to go and entice their daughters to immorality so that they could defile the church. They said married Christian women will carry hijab and cover themselves and will tiptoe and enter into some of these Muslim boys' place and go and be committing immorality. Married women. And the youth were angry. And they said, okay, we will not allow this to go on. Then they started operating, started setting trap. If they catch you, they will pick you up and then they will go and discipline. I mean, real flogging and discipline, both married women and married girls. I mean, and unmarried girls. So then the Muslim now planned they were going to launch a major attack on the Christian. That was what caused the problem. Then on the day of the attack, on a Monday, they said before they knew, the Muslim came out everywhere. Young boys of 14 years, they had AK-47. All of them came out, all of them, surrounded everywhere with AK-47. For you to know that they are prepared for a bigger battle to come. And then they started shooting. And then they knew that unfortunately, most of the Christian boys, youth, came out and were now throwing stone and walking towards them. They were shooting. The guns were not entering. They were throwing stone and the Muslims were shooting. Pa, 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 pa. They were shooting. The guns were not entering. Then the reverend told me, he said one day he was talking to the youth, the need to come closer to God. They say, Reverend, that one way they talk, we want to beg you and your God. We cannot watch so that our generation will be wiped away. We have gone to fortify ourselves. We will not die in the hands of these people. Majority of the youths. The pastor told me, say, a reverend came to him and asked him, Pastor, what is reverend? What is wrong? If I drink something, just something, I will drink something. I didn't worship any idol, so that when they shoot me, I will not die. Is there anything wrong with it? A reverend was asking this question. We went to a mission field in Maro, in Kaduna State, after crossing. But the Maro went for missions. When I was preaching, the Lord gave a word of knowledge that a lot of them there were into idolatry, including pastors. And they confessed that they had come to give them concussion to drink so that they will not die when they took breath. And pastors and church members, everybody killed, and all of them partook of that concussion. My brethren, Christianity is on our way to the grave. It's dying. Almost all our villages, our brethren are returning back to African traditional religion. There is an exodus. There is what? An exodus. And people are doing what? They are going back into what? Into occultism, into idolatry, going into paganism, to go and do what? To fortify themselves against what? Against attacks. Christianity currently in most of the villages in the north is all about what? It's all about Sunday attendance.
Brethren, we continue in the part 4 of this message. The reality on ground, it's much more than what we can say. What is going on? Our people have gone back. Christianity all over the north, it's just in the church attendance. Brethren, we need urgent revival. The devil is succeeding. Our people are going back to the devil to seek for power. So the devil is not losing. We must wake up now, brethren. We must wake up now because things are getting out of hand. Christianity is dying in Nigeria. The Lord bless you as you tune into the part 4 of this message in Jesus.